Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's Poppy speaking here with the current 9th wave energy report, and we're only hours away from finishing day wave 125. So we're just going to start into night wave 125, which is in the energy of 11 water, and this is about profoundly plumbing consciousness depths with pure empathy and intuition. And it's in the Trecena of storm, about staying centered and emotionally masterful, the least reactive as possible, to stay safe and centered in this chaotic time. So there is water, water, water everywhere. Empathy, sensitivity. And we're in the year of 11 Road, which is where we are finding gateways of divine destiny. So the waters of Papatūānuku, Mother Earth, have been filling with cosmic light. The cosmic light is the divine light of creation, as Ranginui, Father Sky, seeds his awareness with Earth to grow her new restored presence. My cat is highly curious about water. We share this great love. I hope this video footage doesn't distract anyone from this important message, but enjoy it at the same time. This photonic light that arrives in divine time frequencies seeds our new reality. We may accept this light, these time frequencies into our being. We do this consciously as a choice. We take time to be within the presence of our true I am self, getting to know ourself simply as our whole self, as the one integrated presence we really are. We may purify our awareness of beliefs that we are separated or compartmentalized beings. The flow of magic happens from within the whole being, and the whole being is magical. So we're just completing day wave 125 and 6 monkey, and if we have been in the flow of divine time, that means remembering our magical abilities. We will have been releasing our limitations and obstacles to our true magical essence as conscious and sentient souls in a human form, capable of great faith and trust in a divine plan. The place of the human form is a magical place to be. It's the lowest and densest place of our existence, so it actually has the greatest power of change. So it's the memory of the magic that is rising in the waters now. For those who see energy, you may have also seen the many high-dimensional beings who are enlivening the waters of a new paradigm now with their presence. I've actually painted one. I'll put it right near the end of this video, second to last, before the other part I'm going to leave you, which is about the 9th wave. So this is a gateway of birthing. It is the birthing of a new consciousness as it has been seeded in the planet. Many high-frequency beings are within deep waters that are moving and rising from within Papatūānuku now. There have been structures and technology that have been limiting her and seeking to control her very nature, and she's releasing herself of them as we release them too. Volcanic activity, movement, and big changes in the waters will come as our consciousness has evolved to return more of us back to our pure, receptive gifts of telepathy, psychic perceptions, and most importantly, profound empathy and sensitivity. With these gifts reclaimed, there will be no more doubt about who we are and why we are here and what we are to do. We each get to choose where our conscious awareness goes. We can wallow around in the news of separation and division and experience it, or we can access the new true consciousness that creates life, peace, joy, freedom and ease for all who have intended to be born into it. We are born through waters. The old waters that cushioned us as we grew in a womb of creation will break and release us into new pristine cosmic waters of life. These old waters will have served their purpose, and new cosmic waters are here to serve new purposes. Volcanoes and movement within the earth is necessary for her to break free from old holds and technology in her. So-called elite people used a form of magic to harness earth and human energy for their purposes. This is ending now as we flush it out of our consciousness with the light and love of new earth awareness. I actually see this in Lake Taupo near the Turangi end. A friend and I, we've done some good work there, and there are a bunch of elite people who set up a whole place that is by that lake, and I see something that is held in the lake, like it's like a target point, but it's unnatural, and I see it rising up and releasing. There may be some movement in Lake Taupo. I also see other areas that have been overtaken by so-called elite people, and they have put their homes, their monstrosities, some phallic symbols and things that are there that have held these places, and they will be released by Papatūānuku. She won't tolerate those blockages in her being any longer. So this is ending now as we flush it out of our consciousness with the light and love of new earth consciousness. I see some areas will need more clearing of more obstinate blockages, and nature will use her opportunities to do what needs to be done to clear the old paradigm ways and being away. We hear about the shift of the magnetic North Pole, but we don't hear about the shift of the South Pole. A flat earther friend of mine brought this to my attention. Looking in, I don't actually see the flat earth on every dimension. I do see it as a dimension, but I do not see it the way that a lot of flat earthers see it. So looking in, I see that there are controls on what is given attention to, and the technology in Antarctica is something that those who seek to control the earth would rather operate in secrecy. So of course news of anything in the South Pole is going to be diverted away from it. News is coming out about technology there now. Then we may see disclosures. I saw a fresh one yesterday about the technology that is there that is capable of destroying the earth, and that actually probably caused the earthquake in the huge earthquake that was in Christchurch with its technology. This news will once again possibly feel so destructive and overwhelming to many that there is a chance that people forget their human creative power. I recently sunk into deep grief and had trouble finding my way through after a shock to my system that felt like lightning to my head. At the same time, a flood of cosmic knowledge came in. I was in deep crisis and called out for help in some inappropriate ways. So sorry to those that it affected. Ways where I was still seeking some control in my life rather than surrendering to trust. I felt desperate for my life, and there didn't appear to be the means available to me to support it. It was my hugest lesson in trust and a memory of that incident that had happened to me as a 15-month-old baby. This is where the foundation of my trust was destroyed early in my life. The incidents that happened was betraying, violent, careless, dangerous, and my life was hanging in a balance at the time. I had to put my trust in someone for my life while it was vulnerable, and that person had their own agenda. So putting my trust in that person was something that was not for the best of my purposes, but everything can be used as an opportunity. As a toddler, I had tried to reach out and bond with my mother, who then violently sexually assaulted me. This incident felt the same. It wasn't the same, but it felt the same. It was a violation of trust, and it also violated my trust of myself as a baby girl beginning life as a potentially pure vessel of divinity. If I had usurped divine trust, I would have taken my own life, and psychosis did come for it, and also a human angel helped me surpass it. I am so grateful for the seeing, knowing, sensing and feeling angels who live among us and miraculously show up for us in our darkest hours of need. Our last purification challenges in this life may feel as overwhelming. We must take the time to be one with the divine more than ever at this time, to safely birth ourselves through. People are going to keep trying to entice you back into their ways of thinking. If they're not in alignment with true time and divine will, I won't get involved in those ways of thinking. Two things are happening. There is an ascension path, that is the return to what is natural, organic and divine. There is also a descension path where war, destruction and reliance on natural ways happens. It's important now that we connect in with the consciousness that unites us and to release all and anything that impinges on the purity of our being. Even though we are now in a 36-day night wave period, a lot of change happens internally, meaning we will see a lot of change externally. There is going to be a highly and emotional, sensitive time. Tune in with what your heart zero point shows you and allow your original sensitive gifts to flow as together we wash away the wreckage of an old world. It's a grand gateway of purification, and energy is being catalyzed in order for this miracle to happen. Our greatest burdens are over, and we may be feeling the exhaustion. Somehow the miracle of love, compassion and kindness stays intact. But for me, it needs to grow again. That place of profoundly accessing the greatest traumas of our being, so they may exposed and purified, can come like lightning. Compassion goes far. Forgiving how things are handled in such extremes is something I am grateful for. People with empathy are the safest people. When we are all sharing this kind of new paradigm together, can you imagine the energy and vitality that will come? We will be seen and known for who we are in the moment. All that energy of explaining, justifying and proving will be better spent on simply being the love and light of our true soul essence. This is how we create heaven on earth, through our true and aligned natural I am presence. We will no longer have to beg, ask, apply for, submit to, nor compete for our human needs. They will be met naturally as a new quantum dynamic that we have created together. Let's do it. You be your true self, and I will be my true self, all nicely aligned with true time and with the divine will of our source parents. Truth comes swiftly as illusions crumble. Love, compassion and generosity of offerings are gifts of this night wave as we consciously create it for each other, and so it may be. Papatūānuku, with us together, have the ability to use all adversity as opportunities. Love and truth will prevail. Our belief systems are going to come tumbling down. There are times when it's necessary to feel out of control, to surrender and to flow in complete trust in a divine plan. This time appears to be with us now. The old does need to be purified. Our beliefs need to be transformed to align with what is new and birthing now, and it's new territory. We do need to surrender to enter this new territory. It's a deception or a trick when we can't see our way out or through of our current situations, especially when they feel risky. But there is also always a way, and divinity will ensure it unfolds upon it in surrendering and trusting of it. May we be no longer driven by unfulfilled urges for connection. May we each experience the full connection, enjoy the pure waves of bliss, of true I am presence, alive within the waters, created and born out of the seeds of time, heaven and earth as one in you and me. The restored heart of the earth is beating as one with Ranginui, returning to her former glory through our conscious awareness and our great love of our divine source parents. I'm leaving the graphic of the night wave here at the end of this video. There is more information in it above the new moon, full energies and solstice. Perhaps you like to pause it and just see it. So much love. This is the 25th ninth wave, time wave of 36 solar days since the entity consciousness waves began in the Gregorian year of 2011. The night wave is actually an 18-day period. I may have said it was 36 days above. That's a mistake. It's actually an 18-day period. These messengers are intended to support and empower those on a divine ascension path. They will only be comprehended by people with empathy and may appear as utter craziness to those that these messages are not intended for. Ultimately, may all beings be happy and free in a new earth paradigm. I acknowledge that there are many soul journeys. All of it matters. Not everyone agrees, but it does matter how we go about it. In Nikesh, I am another you. So much love. We're creating heaven on earth right where we are, right from the space that we are in this very moment. We're creating heaven on earth. We're bringing heaven to earth through our being. Right now, as I speak, we're doing that.